Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Suleiman Raheem here. Welcome. Let's slay some demons. Brothers and sisters, my topic here is Lazarus. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'm going to bring up one scripture. I'm not going to map it directly into the Injil. Those who have studied Injil can do that. But it's more important that I just give you, just walk through it and try to give you some context of what's going on, because these particular verses kind of brings everything into perspective. Because I don't think most of you, I'm pretty sure most of you, those who are listening and those who are yet to listen, do not appreciate exactly what's going on here. So I'm going to take some time to try to explain it and give you an analogy. It's a very good analogy. I mean, I tend to say things, as I've been saying recently, I tend to say things, assume things, because I'm not in direct contact with my people like you might think I should be. I'm somewhat of a loner. Quite well, I am, pretty much. Because I prefer to be by myself and studying. And if it wasn't for the situation we're in, that's what I would be. You know, it tells you, it talks about the God that says he would clothe himself in triple darkness, hide himself from the world. The loneliest person on the planet is the God anyway. Because who is he going to talk to? The top of the pyramid is the loneliest part, because who are you going to talk to? I mean, who can truly understand him? See, so the closer you get to the top, Farad, I mean, you know, who can communicate with him? Elijah Muhammad said it was very difficult to talk to him, because he says everything he says. He didn't say no vain words. Every word he said meant something. See? So, I mean, it's the reason why Elijah Muhammad said that the God kept himself hidden for 76 trillion years. 76 trillion years he kept himself hidden. I mean, it wasn't amongst the people, just he didn't identify himself. So they look for somebody to worship them. So the thing is that so I have to keep on thinking, okay, am I saying this? Am I assuming something? Am I saying things? Am I getting messed across? Am I understand what I'm saying? You know, am I assuming things? Am I talking over people's heads? I'm not trying to, you know, put anyone down or anything. So I have to constantly ask myself that. So in that sense, and a lot of times I get hints because somebody sent me something. I cancel your comment because I don't know what they're talking about, because I don't like the way you said, or you said something disrespect, whatever. I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't care. Well, I do care, because that kind of information kind of like tells me, gives me some idea of the state of our people and what I'm dealing with. So let me give you a little analogy before we walk into this thing. As I've been telling you, we're one body. I'm not just saying that. We're one body. The original nation is one body. The way I try to tell you to think about it is, you got all these cells in your body. Okay, well, let's look at it more simpler way. Say, for instance, you got all these different organs, right? Let's say, for instance, you had each one of these organs was an individual person. You had a heart person, two eye persons, right? A nose person, a brain person, right? A liver person, kidney person. And they were all individuals. I mean, one body was just a heart. See? And and they were walking around. So you know all these different parts, but you're still connected because the heart has to make sure the rest of the pieces get blood. The liver has to make sure that all the waste gets cleaned out. The eyes have to make sure, tell body where it's going. The feet has to make sure it gets there. But they all look like individual people. You see, and that's where we are. We're one body. We're all connected. We're interconnected. We're one body. That's why Christians call it the body of Christ. We're one body. You may understand that. It's hard to understand. It says, "Alas, he who comprehends all vision, the vision comprehends him not." What does that mean? If he comprehends all vision, that means he's all vision. All our vision is his vision. But one vision doesn't comprehend the whole thing. We're one body. You got to get to understand we're one body. It may look like we're independent, we're not. And that's this monster they have here, Frankenstein have in America, they bring people, more bodies put together. It's not going to work. Because when the pressure builds up, all the bodies will start pulling themselves back together. It tells you in the end, if any person found from another nation here, right, they'll be killed. I'll talk about that more some another time. With one body, you may understand it, but that's the case. With one body. See, Suleiman is the brain cell. He's the main brain cell, right? You got foot cells. I mean, they're the people that think about transportation. They're the ones, if we have our nation together, they're the ones that do the transportation that's required. And that's all they want to do. Okay? You got the heart cells. These are bleeding heart. They loving everybody. We're all one body. And this part of this Frankenstein mess here is trying to get you confused to that fact. Because before KV came along, each nation was in its own sphere, one body. The Caucasian nation is one nation. The Quran tells you that. They're one nation. They're one body. The Orientals are one body. Asians are one body. They're one body. Africans are one body. But they kind of confused. Now they got these. Now they play with all these demons because they spread their seed there, but they're one body. See, that's why I have different tribes. They're one body. The Caucasian one body. We're one body. But we're a dead body. Our nation is a dead body. It's paralyzed from the neck down. It's paralyzed from the neck down. It's totally paralyzed and also plagued. It's diseased and it's paralyzed. See? So imagine yourself, right? You wake up one morning and your body is paralyzed from the neck down. And you find out you got cancer on top of that. See? And they got you on life support. What would you think about that? Here you are in this body. You're totally conscious, right? See? Maybe you can see, maybe you can't. But you're conscious, you're aware of the body, but you can't move it. It won't not move. And plus, now you got a cancer. It's cancerous all over you. That is the situation we're in. And I'm not exaggerating. That's the situation we're in. And then you got a family member, they're hovering around, trying to make you tell doctors, don't take more supply support. No, don't take more side support. Don't do that. We're gonna try to get him. We think he can make it. That's fraud. That's fraud. See, because they say, hey man, this guy, he's through. See, because we're totally dependent upon another nation. And so they're on life support. And they're saying, man, well, we can't keep paying money and everything supporting this thing here. Might as well just pull the tube. We ain't going to survive. Just pull the tube and pull you know, supporting. And Fry's, no, don't do it. Don't do it. He won't let them do it. Okay? And they get more and more anxious about it, pulling it. And he's saying, don't do it. And the person, you know, he can't talk. He can barely see. He can't see at all. He's stuck there in that body, and the body will not move. And you got a time limit you're looking at. See? And if the body moves all, only way it's going to move is the brain has to keep on working at it. Keep on trying. Because if it gives up, then the body just dies. Because he has to come from the head down. The brain's the only thing that's active, has to get that body moving. And the body will not move. See, it will refuse to move. It just will not move. You can't get it moved. No feeling anything. See, and that's the state we're in. Suleiman is not independent of the body. He's the mind he's the brain in the body that the body will not move. And Farah's hovering around saying, don't put him off life support. And the devils, they say, man, no, put him off life. We're tired. We can't keep paying. We can't afford to carry this. Hey, we got to keep taking it, roll over. It's disease. We got cancer. We got to keep all this stuff. We waste time. Just let it die. And Farah won't let him do it. That's the situation we're in, brothers and sisters. And the only two people you got on your side is Suleiman and Farah. Farah is keeping them from killing you, and Suleiman is the one trying to revive you before they do kill you. Before everybody gets up on you. And he's sitting there and you will not move. So he's got to see, he can't move because you him. But he's the brain and he can't get his body to move. That's the Lazarus story. If you understand that, you understand what we're going through. And so, for 30-some years, this is going on. And Verizon's not giving up. And doctors get angry. Man, we can't keep on, man, what you doing? We can't keep this thing going. And you sitting there, the body will not move. And Suleiman's sitting there and he keep on struggling, he keep on moving, trying to move his body. 30-some years he's sitting there. Can't move, can't do anything. See? The body has to be fed, washed, and everything else. He can't do anything. He just got to keep on going, keep pushing. And that's what Suleiman is doing for you. You see? He's got to bring this body to life. So when you read what I'm going to show you, then you understand it. So let's go into it. Okay, it's about 15 verses to this, I believe. Who hath believed our report? Who is the arm of the Lord revealed? What's the arm of the Lord? See, that's the angel. See, so who would believe our report? I mean, who would believe what I'm going to tell you? Who would believe this? Right? See, to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? I mean, it's something. Only one, no one who could have been revealed to. That's Suleiman. That's the 7 seals. He's the one that broke it, right? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, as root out of dry ground. What is a root out of dry ground? That means there's no support. There's no nutrition. He's by himself. See, implication is, right? He's orphan. There's not support. Has no family, anything. See, he's tender, right? I mean, he's weak, and he has no root, nothing to help him. See, no family, anything. See, a root out of dry ground. That means there's nothing there, But he still got to keep going. That's the dead body. He has no form, no comeliness. So he wasn't a handsome person. He wasn't like, slick and cool and all that stuff. He wasn't about all of that, right? And when we shall see him, there's no beauty that we should desire him. Because he's not Farrakhan, he's not Denzel, none of that. He's like, and he's, cool and all that. He's not that. See? Yeah, but he's despised and rejected of men. So they don't like him. And they reject him. See? Why is there? I mean, he wouldn't be despised and rejected if he wasn't trying to communicate with men. The only way he'd be despised and rejected, how can you be rejected? You have to be rejected. It means you have to be trying to do something. People reject you. If you ain't going to them and bother them, it's nothing to reject. Right? So he's trying to interface with people, but they don't want to be bothered with him. They reject him. See, he's trying to get this body moving, but it will not move. See, and they despise for even trying. Just leave us alone. I mean, the body's just there. Why you keep messing? Let's lay here. A man of sorrows, right? I mean, see, he goes through a lot. That's what it says. It says what in Al-Injil, he looked like he was slain from the foundation of the earth and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our face for him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Just look at this guy, man. Ain't nothing here. He ain't handsome. He ain't slick. Look at him, right? See, look weird. See, got a funny little hat on and glasses. Well, he can't be nothing. He can't be anything. See, we esteemed him not. He can't be anything because they're not looking at what he's saying. See, because remember it says he has the Lord. He has the arm of the Lord. He's revealed him. He's revealed this, but they're not looking at that. They're looking at him. Look at his appearance, how he talks, how he walks. Not the fact that he is revealing the arm of the Lord. That's the power. That's where your power comes from, your arm, right? Sure, he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. So he said, this guy is crazy. He's stupid. See? He can't be from God. He can't have nothing to do with that. Because they ain't looking at what he's revealing, looking at him personally. That's the problem. See? And why he's carrying our grief and sorrows, because we're laying there dead. He's trying to move us. He's got to suffer. Remember, who in that dead body scenario, who's suffering? He's suffering. The body ain't suffering because the body's just laying there. He's suffering because he's trying to motivate it. If you're paralyzed in the body, where's the body suffering? The feet's not suffering. The hand's not suffering. They're still getting blood and everything. It's the mind that's in the body that's suffering. Because his body will not move. So he's sitting, he can't get his arms moved, can't get his legs, he can't get anything to move. He's the one that's suffering. See, not the body. That's what it's telling you right here. Let's move to the next one. But he was wounded for our transgressions and was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Now see, the Christians give you this, they say it's supposed to be Jesus 2,000 years ago. That's what they're trying to tell you. And so there's this mystical thing about, it's some kind of mystical connection between him. It was because he was on the cross, right? That some mystery thing about the cross, you understand, is what saved everybody. And it says, oh, he was suffering, crucified for our sins. No, see, you get that mystery stuff. That's how you get that mystery stuff. Say, oh, that's the mystery. So in other words, somehow because he's on the cross, he's been on the cross, healed us. No, what it's saying is, right? See, because we won't move, he's suffering. Because we won't move, he can't get the body to move. See, but just on our peace has to come through him. That's what I keep telling you. If the seals wasn't broken, none of this would happen. This thing ain't just happening. This is a cause and effect. I say consequence. Every action has an opposite equal reaction. These things in the world is happening because there's a force making them happen. They're not just happening. I mean, we need to understand what I'm trying to explain here, what I've been saying to you. Every action has an opposite equal action. Everything has a consequence. So what you see is a consequence of some action. What's the action? What is the action? This is a consequence of. It's not just happening. So that's why we got to get out of that mystery stuff. That's that silly stuff. It's happening because things happening. What America's happening because it's a plague. They ain't just locking stuff and all this stuff. People get sick. It's a consequence of a plague. But the plague is a consequence of something else. See, and all this happening, the scriptures tell you this is happening as a result that he said every time he broke one of the seals, these things begin to happen. So I was telling you, in other words, if he didn't break the seal, would those things happen anyway? All the things you see happening right now, it happened because it says everything as you can find it in Revelations in those seals. Everything you see happen right here, you can find it in Revelation because of those seals. Like the first seal, right? The first arrival and the first horse. If you understand, that's Obama. If that seal wasn't broken, he would never have been president because these things happen as a consequence of him breaking the seals. You got to understand that. You may not see it. That's why the Quran tells you to believe in the unseen because you can't see with your eyes, but you be able to see with your mind. See, the KV, they limit to their mind, to their eyes. That's where their science is limited what they can see. See, but we can see with our mind. That's it. Believe unseen. Believe in the unseen. We have to break these things down. Believe is a mental thing. See it is a physical thing. Right? So it says, believe in the unseen. You can't see it, but I see it here. Believe, right? That's the equivalent of the eye to the mind. Okay. If you believe something, right? That means it's not something that you see. It's something. It's the conscious of the mind. Like the eyes sees light, right? Hears these sound. But to believe in something, that means that's something you can't see, can't hear, because you can't see sound. So it goes a step beyond that. I'm not talking about like the belief matrix. I'm not talking about that kind of belief. Because it believing in unseen, so you probably should do another word there, because people get belief in that sense mixed up with the kind of belief I'm talking about, the belief matrix. Right? So it was, you believe, you see, that's something, that's a conscious thing, right? That's like the eye of the mind, eye of the brain. So believe in the unseen. See, it's like saying, seeing what you can't hear. I mean, that's kind of weird, but anyway, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, believe in the unseen. So that's what it's said here. See, so he says he was wounded for our transgressions. Why transgressions? Man, we're not doing anything. Bruised by iniquities, we're not doing anything. See, if you ain't take care of yourself, that's your transgression, your iniquities. You're not doing anything. See, you're not doing anything. You're not taking care of yourself. See, and plus, like I said, right, we're plagued with cancer. That's the demons. See, he had to do two things. He had to remove the demons, and he had to raise Lazarus. And his peace was upon, in other words, our peace, right? The hereafter, the chastisement, because we're not receiving that. We're not receiving that. Because, okay, the reason fraud hasn't went to action, what's the point of going and getting a promised land for us if we're paralyzed, we can't do anything with it? He's waiting for a sign of life. But we need to take these things through. He's waiting. He could have took us here. He could read Exodus. He could have took us out here 80 years ago. But what is he going to take a paralyzed over? So he going to take care of us paralyzed? We're going to go. What we're going to do? We get to the promised land and we paralyzed. We can't do anything. And so we got to. What good is it? What good is it? He waits for a sign of life. He's hovering around. He's telling doctors, do not kill him. Do not pull the cord, right? Right? Because he believed, right, that this body is going to resurrect. He believed in Suleiman. Right? So he said, don't kill the body. He waited for a sign of life. So the chastisement of our peace was upon him. See? Our peace is the promise. See? But we're not receiving that promise because we're not moving. That's why it's a chastisement of our peace. We're not getting it. Because the body will not move. Even if we got it, we couldn't do anything with it. What's the point? If you're paralyzed, head down. Like I said, okay, man, I'm gonna give you here. Okay, man, I'm gonna give you a beautiful woman. What good is that? You can't do anything with it. And with his stripes, we are healed. That's his stripes. That means he's being whooped daily because he can't move, because he can't get his body to move. That's a daily fight. That's a daily struggle. Over 30-some years, he's got to constantly keep on fighting to keep his body moving because he knows if he doesn't, he stops. It's never going to move. He got to keep on until he finally gets it to move. He got to keep on. He don't give up on it. The spine is broken, right? The body won't move. He's got to make all that. He got to put all that back together. See? And Farad, right? He believes in him. Farad's the only one that believes him. Read it, Daniel. He says he was the only one that came to help him. He says, Michael, your prince is the only one that came to help. So I'm just trying to break this down. You understand it? Because they don't just write this stuff for nothing. And all we like sheep have gone astray. So it's all of it. See, straight. In other words, you're not doing anything. You're not alive. They have turned each one's own way. They're not working together anything. Remember the foot feet in there working with the leg. I mean, nothing's working. Nobody's doing anything. They're not working together because the whole body has to work together, right? The arms have to work. Everything is nothing doing. Everybody's doing their own thing. Nobody's doing anything, right? That's what's trying to tell you. And the Lord have laid him the iniquity of all of us. In other words, because the whole body is dead, he's got to suffer. Because the body's not moving. He's in this body. You're in this paralyzed body. And you can't move. You can't move your mouth. You can't move your hands. You can't move anything. You can't go to bed. You can't do anything. You can't feel anything. But you're trapped in it. That's what it's telling you here. It's not some mystical thing that he's on a cross, some mystical thing that, well, he's saving everybody, so his blood and everything. That's what they're trying to tell you. It's wild truth. He was oppressed and was afflicted. He opened not his mouth. See, he didn't curse. He didn't get mad. He just kept on. Right? He didn't curse the body. He just kept on fighting for it. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. With his stripes we are healed. He didn't give up. He did not give up on his body. See, you think, when he raised Lazarus, Jesus raised Lazarus, hey, Lazarus, touch him. He's telling you what he had to go through to make this happen. That's what we're talking about, the crucifixion. We had to suffer to make this thing happen. That's what he's trying to tell you here. He had to suffer to make this stuff happen. That's why I say it was slain from the foundations of the earth. There's nothing like it. And no one else could do it but him. See? He opened not his mouth. He just kept on doing it. Alone. Remember, he's alone. Nobody's there with him. He just kept on doing it. Nobody's paying attention. Everybody's despising him, everything. Nobody's paying attention. He just keep on doing it. Like, what's wrong with this fool? Why he keep on doing it? 30 years and he keeps doing this, doing it. Nobody's listening to him, right? And he put this stuff out there and they don't get any views and he just keep on going. He don't stop. So what's wrong with him? Is he crazy? Remember, you keep doing the same thing over and over again and without expecting a different result. That's sanity. This guy must be insane. I mean, hell, after 30 years, ain't nobody listening. Why you keep on doing it? See? And he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb. See, he made the connection of lamb. See, he's the lamb, right? Lay as the lamb to the slaughter. Remember, he was slain from the foundation of the earth. And as a sheep before his shears is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. In other words, he's sitting there, he still keep doing it. And he's catching all this hell. He's being thrown into prison, right? He got family turns against him, everybody turns against him. And yet he keeps on doing it. Like he's some kind of dumb sheep or something, he just keep on doing it. Even though all this coming after, he still keep on doing it. See, he's brought as a lamb to slaughter. So the lamb comes, he don't know that he's being slaughtered. But he keep on doing it. He don't run away. He just keeps on. See? He was taken from prison. See, Satan was in prison. Why kind of in prison? And from judgment. See? He said he was in prison. He had actually went to trial. You want to talk about Jonah being in Guam, going to prison when they trial? And who shall declare his generation? See, his generation. For he was cut off out of the land of living, for the transgression of my people was he stricken. Okay, let's unpack that one. He says, to his generation, see, my generation is all but gone. That's what it's talking about. My generation is all but gone. I'm one of the few left on my generation. But I missed my whole generation because I wasn't like Farrakhan living the life. So he living his life. He living life his generation. He's doing his thing, got his mansion and everything else. But I never connected with my generation because I was doing this, trying to raise my people. I was not there partying, hanging out, watching football, all that kind of stuff that people would do in their generation. In your generation, you do things in your generation. Like people out there doing hip hop, all that kind of stuff. That's what's going on, right? Back in, I mentioned back in the 70s, right? 60, when I went out to the military, Motown, all that thing. I just mentioned earlier, just last previous presentation. Motown everybody was partying and everything. And I walked away from that, went to the army. I walked away from my generation because I'm trying to revive my people. Even then, that's why I was always in the Bible, always in the Bible. That's what it's talking about here. See, and who shall declare his generation? See, because he was cut off from he's cut from his generation. So he didn't party and all the stuff that my generation did. All that stuff that you see in Cooley High and all that stuff, right? And Dev President, I didn't do that stuff. That's why he's cut off. You see? Because he was, right? For the transgression of my people was he stricken. Because I kept focusing on the scripture. So I missed that. I didn't get involved in any of that. Anybody tell me? I never got involved in any of that. My whole generation, I was cut off from it. See? I come out of it, I went right to the Nation of Islam. We wasn't partying in there. See? 21 years old, I ran to the Nation of Islam. I wasn't partying there. Right? Y'all sacrifice, you smell papers, you doing what Elijah Muhammad told you to do. So I was cut off from my generation. I hope you understand what that means. Why? Because I was 21 years old, I'm an orphan, I don't have nobody, and I leave the military, give up all that up that I had worked for to come into the Nation of Islam. You see what I'm saying? That's what it says. See? I cut off from all the party and everything that my generation did to come into the Nation of Islam. Why would I come to the Nation of Islam? I would look for Elijah Muhammad. Because I'm trying to do the right thing, trying to help my people. That's what it's trying to tell you here. Okay, let's go here. And he made his grave with the wicked, with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. See, they try to make him out to be a liar. They try to make me out to be a liar. They can't prove anything I'm saying is wrong. They can't. So they come at me personally. See. But I wasn't violent. I never did any violence to anybody. I'm not advocating any violence. And I ain't trying to deceive anybody. Nothing I said, you can see me trying to, I don't ask anybody for any money. So how am I deceiving anybody? See? I'm not lying about it. I'm just telling you what the angel says. I'm telling you what Scripture says. See? So he made his grave with the wicked. So he said, oh man, he's one of them niggas, man. He's just wicked. See, he ain't for real. So he's trying to take care of, deceive people, try to use people. That's what it means, because it don't mean he's died. Because if you read further, it's not he died. They try to tell you what, this may tell you what, when he was crucified, he died. No, don't read the whole thing. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He has put his grief, put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul offering for sin, he shall see his seed and shall prolong his days. That means he wasn't dead, because if you're going to see his seed prolong his days, that means he wasn't dead, right? It tells you right there. And the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper his hands. That means, what is it talking about? It's talking about we're going to hereafter. The prosper, we're going to be prosperous. We haven't been prosperous yet, have we? We're even prosperous on Elijah Muhammad. So it means we're going to be revived, we're going to be prosperous. He shall see his seed. It means he's going to have more children. See, prolong his days. He's going to come out of this, right? And the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hands. So he's going to be the one that's going to prosper, should come from him. See, fries to God. Don't get it twisted. Suleiman is the high priest. He's the one that does this. The priest does the suffering and everything, right? The God is the administrator, the executor. He controls the stuff. But the priest is the one that does the suffering and try to, heal the people and all that kind of stuff. That's not what the God does, right? The God is like the executive, like similar to maybe the president, right? He's the executor, the administrator, see? But the high priest, he's the one that deals with the people on this level, see? He shall see the travail of his soul. He shall see the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. See? So that means he's going to be rewarded for all that hell he wants, because he's going to get that body moving. He's going to get the body moving, right? After all that he found, he's going to get it. After 30-some years, he's going to get it moving, right? He should be satisfied, because once he get the body moving, it's a beautiful body. The original name is the most beautiful. That's what Frost said. It's the most beautiful one. It's moving, boys. It's moving, right? By his knowledge shall my righteous servants justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. See, this is that shit that Farrakhan's talking about. He's trying to say how so sinful and everything are, and Suleiman would say no. See, he's not judging them. It says up here, right? Where it says, okay, no, what it says right here. See, he shall justify many, for he shall. So in other words, he ain't going to point and say, hey man, you're so sinful. No, he's justifying his service. He said, no, y'all not sinful. He said, the shit is on you, it's not in you. See, by his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many. He's justifying our people, not condemning them like Farrakhan's doing. Suleiman will be justifying them. See, he's not condemning them. He's not saying, man, you damn stupid ass feet, you won't move. F you. Arms, you won't move. F you. No, he says, man, come on, brother, come on, move, come on, we gotta get this body moving. He got the attitude. Not the attitude Farrakhan got, man. Well, you ain't moving because you're sinful. See, he says, by his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. See, he's bearing it because they're not doing anything. He's going to suffer. It's the mind, the brain that's suffering if the body doesn't move. It's the brain that feels it. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great. See, he's not dead, because look at how it ends. He divided a portion with the great. He should divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured his soul out to death. He was numbered with the transgressors, and bare the sin of many, and made transgression intercession for the transgressors. In other words, he accepted their sin, because he says, I'm the one that's got to get the body. He's taking the responsibility for getting the body moving. He's not blaming the feet because it's not moving. He blames himself because he knows he's got to make it happen. So he's not saying, man, you dead feet, you ain't no good. No, He's bearing the sin and made intercession for the transgressor. He's not blaming the body because it won't move. He's strengthening himself until he gets enough power to move the body. See, he's thinking the right way. He says, the body's not moving because I just don't have enough power yet. I got to keep on studying. I got to keep on pressing. I keep on, because once I get enough, then that body will move. I got to keep putting that heat on that pot. If I don't turn that heat off, that pot is not going to boil. So I got to keep on turning the heat up, keep putting the heat up. I got to keep on working. I got to keep trying. I don't care if they want to listen. I got to keep on going. I got to keep on going. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. See? So you can do and research that and look at what it's saying. He's not blaming the body. He's saying he's blaming himself. Because he says, I got to increase my mental power. I got to study harder, right? See? Because if I get enough power, because thought is power. You need thought is force. And the body's not moving because I don't have enough force to make it move yet. So I got to keep on studying. I got to keep on trying. I got to keep on talking. I got to keep on. I keep that fire under the stove. I got to keep on going. Because if I turn that fire off, it never will boil. But I got to keep on getting to the boiling point. See? I got to keep on going no matter what. That's the attitude. He's not blaming the feet like, oh man, the reason why you suffer because you ain't listening to me. See? So that means, oh man, the body ain't moving because it's the body's fault because we ain't moving. They ain't listening to me. See, that's why we paralyzed here, because the body won't move. No, we're paralyzed here because I haven't got right enough energy to get the body to move yet. And I keep on going. I keep on. That's what I said. That's what we look for, builders, not followers. Because the point is, the body will not move. We have to make it move. I have to make you move, and then you make them move. It's like a tree, branches. Activate you, and I get to, start activating. Maybe I start getting the neck activated first. Then it moves down to the body. Then it moves to the arms. Then it moves down to torso until the whole body is activated. See, it's not just gonna happen, just one day, boom, boom. No, it has to come from the brain down. That's what I keep telling you. The energy comes into the earth, right? And I said the earth converts it to a form it can use. What does that mean? That means, and we take the energy and we convert it to a form that will bring the nation together. A unification form of energy. The leaders, that's what they do. They produce a unification form of energy. Because it's not going to come together otherwise. Otherwise, we just run around doing our thing like fish in the ocean. It just happens, no magic involved. But Suleiman, he's the one that's directing the whole thing. He has to bring the whole body together because we're one body. So I'm going to pretty much leave it there, bro. So I'm trying to get you to understand what's going on. This is not a joke. It's hard. But it says, if Suleiman didn't do it, it wasn't going to happen. He had to raise Lazarus. You see, this body is going to read this thing again, right? He's the one that makes this happen. Because he keeps on, no matter what. And he doesn't blame the body. You don't see me blaming our people for this. Then I got the demons on our back on top of that. And you don't see me blaming the body for it. I'm harming these demons because they're cancer. We got to get rid of them. We got to get them out the body. I'm paralyzed, and I got this cancer, and I can't get the body moving, and then I still got this cancer eating away at the body. That's what we have going right now, brothers and sisters. And then we got the doctors want to pull a plug. Hey, let's kill them. Let's pull a plug. Hell, man, they ain't doing nothing. They're going to die. So why we keep feeding them and carrying on? Because that's what it is. The cocaine, they take care of our nation. They feed us clothes. They get tired of that. They ain't doing anything for themselves. So it's laying here in the bed, and we got to keep feeding them and clothing them and turning them over and washing them. They say, hell with this, man. Let's just put them to sleep. Hope you understand that analogy, because that's a good analogy. That's exactly what's happening here. And we're facing death, because if this body doesn't come to life, right, then we're going to die. They're going to pull a plug. And Fry's the only thing stopping pulling the plug. Only he hasn't went into action because he's waiting for a sign of life. What's the point of giving us a promise that we can't be laying there? That's where we're going to go over there and lay there and they're dead over there too? He could have went actually 80 years ago. He had the power to do it because we had no sign of life yet. Elijah Muhammad didn't raise Lazarus. He's raised the widow's son. So he gave some instant stirring, right? But Lazarus is the main one, and he's still dead. He's not dead, but he's paralyzed. He's not moving. And I'm the one who has to make it move. And that's what I'm saying. I've been 30. Is he crazy? He been 30 years, man. He's going up here. They throw him off this platform, throw him there. Nobody listen to him anyway. Man, he got to put these videos out there, no hits, no views. But he keep on talking. They throw him in prison. He go throw in jail. They try him. You know, his family turns against him. He still keeps going. Is this guy crazy? Is he nuts? He's stupid. Look at him. Look how he looks stupid. Wearing a stupid hat, stupid glasses. And yet he keep on. What's wrong with him? He ain't getting no money. Why he keep doing this? He got to be insane. Because remember, science, according to him, sanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So he keep doing the same thing. He ain't getting anything. In 30-some years, and nobody listen to him. And even now, he got about 4, 5, 6 people that's paying any attention, but he still keep going. He's got to be crazy, man. He's on drugs. See? Why does he keep putting fire in that pot, man? It ain't boiling. He been putting fire in that pot for 30 years. It ain't boiling yet. Because it hasn't reached a boiling point. But once it gets to 212, that's how it starts boiling. You got to keep on going, because if you stop, it will never boil. If you turn the fire off, right, it's never going to boil. Why turn it back on later? It means you got to start from scratch all over again. So I keep on going, because breaking the engine, understand, the angel says, if you understand it, those things happen as a result of breaking the seal. You don't understand it, and what it says, believe in the unseen. You can't see it with your eyes, but you believe it, that means you see it with your mind. I see it. This body's coming to life. And by me keep on doing it, right? Because first of all, if I had just stopped, right? If you and what do on the they do the brain thing, EKG, I guess they call it, your brain waves, check your brain waves. You're in there, right? And you're paralyzed. His brain waves go flat. They said, well, he's dead, so they pull the plug. He's dead already, right? So I got to keep on that brain waves going. That show them I'm still alert. That's the only thing they got. I can't see, I can't hear, but they check the brain waves. Is he dead? He's dead, he's dead. See? And I know I got to keep those brain waves going, otherwise they're going to pull the plug and the whole body dies. You understand what I'm up against? That's what the deal is. It ain't like Jesus walked around and said, I'm so Lazarus. No. If you read these verses, he is in Lazarus. He's the mind in the Lazarus, in the Lazarus paralyzed body. And they got the brain on monitor, see it goes flat. And he knows if he goes flat, right? Then they're gonna pull the plug, the whole body dies. So you gotta keep on brain activity. But he can't move there. He's sitting there for 30-some years, just laying there. And he's fighting 24/7 because he can't let the brain go flat. He can't sleep. He can't let that brain go flat on that monitor, because it does, they're gonna pull the plug. And all the guys fried out there, right? That he can't see it here. And Fry said, do not pull that plug, do not pull that plug, do not pull that plug. He's only going to have faith that everybody's going to come. That's what Fry's doing. He's only going to have faith to keep him doing it. But it's getting closer and closer, and they said, man, I'm tired. Doctor, I'm tired, man, we're going to pull the plug on this one. The only one stopping him from doing is Fry. He could have pulled us a long time ago. He could have pulled us out here 80-some years ago. But what are you going to pull a paralyzed body out? Then he got to take care of it, and feed it and clothe it and all that kind of stuff. No. That's what the deal is, brothers and sisters. That's what we're up against. See? So I don't expect any of you to respond to this or be energized by it. Well, you're going to be energized by it. It's just you need a lot of energy. So you don't see your response, but I know it's happening. Believing in sin. Like, I know my efforts for 30 years, 30, it's happening because it's active. It may not see it yet, but at some point, right, all of a sudden, that electricity is going to move through the whole body. It's going to move. See, it's building up. It's not enough electricity. You need a certain amount of electricity to move the body. And I got to build up to that level. I got to build my mind up to that level. Because the body needs a certain amount of electricity to move. Just like they say so much heat to get that pot to boil. So if you got 210 degrees, it's not going to do it. It's just going to look like nothing happening. You got to get up to 212. That's the boiling point. And so the body needs so much electricity. I got to keep on until I generate that much electricity. So say 30 years and I'm still doing it. It hasn't gotten enough yet. It's getting closer and closer and closer. See? But soon, all of a sudden, it's going to be enough electricity to move it, and you're going to start seeing toes moving and things moving around. That's when Freud knows, you understand, that's time to go into action. Body's coming to life. See? But the timing would be just before the doctor said, man, this body, it was 30 years, this thing, man, we're going to pull the plug on this. We don't care what Freud said. We pull the plug on this one. Because we ain't wasting time with this no more. And at that point in time, that's when the body starts moving. The Freud goes into action. Look at it that way, because that's what's happening, brothers and sisters. It's not no mysterious thing. That's why I said it was looked like a slain from the foundation of earth. Because you have no idea what I'm going through, what I've been going through, the things I've suffered. See, this is suffering. This ain't what that crap that Farrakhan's talking about. Things I've given up. I gave up everything I did just to come to the Nation of Islam. I told you I had 4 years in the military. After 4 years, I had everything set up, and I gave it all up. And all the things that I could be out here doing computer work, stuff like I was doing, making out 70, 80 bucks an hour or whatever. See, get me a yacht or whatever. I could be doing all that kind of stuff, but I'm doing this. Got problem with family and everything else. All kinds of issues. You don't hear me talk about those things. You never hear me talk about complain about anything. I would say he didn't complain. You hear me complain about this? You hear me complain about, oh man, these black folks ain't listening to me. Man, I'm tired of these black folks, these niggas. You hear me doing that? No. Anybody that's talking to me, unless you're a demon, all you get is positive vibes from me. All you get is positive vibes from me. All you get is positive vibes from me. See, the demons, they don't want to catch hell from me because they're the cancer that's trying to destroy our body. See? And I'm going to say this, I'm going to close. Like I said, there's a method behind this madness because the point is I want people to focus on what I'm saying. We're not doing idolatry here. That Farrakhan crap. That, oh, he's cool. I'm meeting him because he's cool. I like the way he talk. Or he dressed so nice. No. See, this is purposeful because you have to identify with the truth that I'm talking about, not me. You got to identify with the truth that's talking about, because then you're part of the body. Because if you identify me, then you must be a demon or somebody. We don't want you. Man, we're trying to get rid of the dancer. We just want the body, the pure, healthy body, the cancer, all the disease and stuff that's sores and stuff that's built up on the body because it's been dead so long. No, we don't want them. Those are the ones that focus on your identity, where you look, all that kind of stuff. No. So, hey, man, I don't like the way he look. I don't like the way he talk. Fine. Bye. Because that means if you're blinded by that, that means you missed the message. That means, right, that electricity is not going to benefit you because this message is electricity, right, that's going to move this body. And it's getting stronger and stronger every day. The angel is electricity that's going to move this body. See? And it tells you that that's a hint itself. Because the point is, Lazarus was a dead body that he had to, but only one could do it. The seals are a sign itself. Because the only person that could break those seals, nobody could do it, not the God or anybody. See, Farah couldn't do it. Only he could do it. That means he's the one responsible for reviving this body. So only he could raise Lazarus, because he's the only one who could break the seal. That's a hint within that himself. See? Because he's the one that breaks, revives the body, quickens the body. See? That's what I'm doing. And the more I study the Injil, the stronger that I build, that my power of thought becomes, the greater electricity, that's electricity energy, until it builds enough where it's not to activate this body, because it's not enough yet. It's close. It's close. See? And when that happens, all of a sudden the body moves. So I feel some tingling carrying on. There's not enough electricity to move this body yet. See, that's what the angel is. So he had to break those seals and then start building the energy up, studying, 30 years of study, and keep on and getting stronger and stronger and stronger until that current is enough. Because remember, electricity is current, and that's what the body needs. The body needs electrical, right? But the current is pressure, it's force, it's thought. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. So think about that, because this is not no mystical thing. And this is actually, when I'm saying it's not an analogy, this is exactly what's happening. Because the one body, and the body's dead and it's not moving. And I got to make this body move. Otherwise, we're doomed. And I had it said, what it took to break the seal. It says he's slain, look like slain from the foundation of the earth. That means nobody's ever suffered that much. That's how much, because it said nobody could do it. Because nobody could put the work in, not even a God. Nobody could put that work in to break those seals but him. And he was slain from the foundation of the earth to do it. That's what it's doing, trying to get you revived. So he gave everything to get you revived. So when people talk this BS, that's why I hit them so hard, because I don't want to hear that bullshit they're talking about. Because they have no idea what they're talking about. The only reason why they're still alive is that's why the cancer, because remember, the cancer dies and the body dies. So even they should be glad I'm keeping the body alive. Because if I let the body die, they'd have been dead too. See, if the body dies, the cancer dies with it. So even the demons should be glad I'm gonna keep this body alive. Keep that brain monitor. Don't go flat. Because if flat, they pull the plug. And Friday got nothing to say, because if his body's dead, what you gonna do? It's nothing to keep it moving. So I gotta keep that, that thing, the waves going, the electromagnetic waves, brain waves, so you know the body's alive. See, somebody's in there trying to revive it. And that's what's happening. See, it said, all the weight is on my shoulders. The weight of your peace is on my shoulders to revive you, to bring you back to life. It's not going to happen. It's not like just some lightning bolt comes and happens, moves you. As I keep telling you, it has to come from us. Everything comes from the mind. It has to come from us. Energy comes to earth, and we have to convert it to form we can use, and we have to, the leaders, me, have to convert it to form the unified nation. See? But I got to activate the leaders first. See? Got to activate them first. And then they can use their energy, and all of a sudden, the body comes together. See? The feet don't just wake up by itself. The legs, all that stuff has to come together. The feet just come by itself. You still got to do the legs. All has to come together. Then it's gonna, all of a sudden, the body, you're going to see, it says suddenly, right? Suddenly the body, just like the pot of, it's threshold effect. Suddenly the water starts boiling. Suddenly. And suddenly this body's going to rise, step up, walk up, step up. And once it do, then we're going to kick the cancer out. Demons. Then we're going home. Friday will take us home. Because now we're alive. Okay, brothers and sisters, hope you understand. See. Assalamu alaikum.